Seriously? Right as I start streaming. Come on. Anyway. Good morning, gamers, and welcome back to Streaming Story Saturdays. Let's see. Today, we are continuing Saphrine's journey through A Realm Reborn. We are 2 chapters away from finishing out the main storyline. Unfortunately, last week's stream had to be pushed back because a lot of people had Eternal Bonds last week for some fun reason. What is that? That is irrelevant. Let me fix that for a second. Get this recentered. There we go. That should work. Minimize that. Bring those back up. Yeah. So yeah. Last week, what we were supposed to do last week is going to be this week, today, the second to last chapter for ARR. And I don't think there's anything else, so owie. I think we could just get started. Whatever. We are over on Diabolos. Bravo, Saphrine. Thanks to you, our guests shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. What good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite Good God. Aperitif? Someone get me a thesaurus. Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out our Shamani Lomani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip. He'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering, this is merely a ploy to test your patience. I assure you that I do actually have need of this wine. And while you're there, give Shmani Lamani my regards. And while you're en route, pray that the DDoS does not happen for a 4th time today. Because holy crap, they've been hitting the NA servers hard today. I don't know how it's been outside of Crystal, but I know on Crystal, we've had 3 disconnects because of the DDoSers just today. I think in the past, like, 6 hours. So I'm hoping we can go the rest of the stream without having a single one of those again. I mean, I know people don't like Dawn Trail, but jeez. Just leave the game. Don't attack it. I also need to open up her tracker. Mother Fletcher! I was literally just saying that. Damn it. Oh, you dicks. Oh my god. Well, 200 players left to queue in back into the Obolos. So, how's all y'all's day going? Because I am currently maintaining my perfect record of having every single stream be scuffed in some manner. And we're back. Seriously, had to go from there to there. It's all this quest entailed. And could not do that without any issues. This is perfect. Sweat, grime blood, Eureka blood, an adventurer, unless I'm mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? An order? Let me guess. A request from the finest venture I can muster? Paper smells of loom and perfume, Costa del Sol, and here... unmistakable odor of goblin cheese? Yes, Master Gigaroon would not settle for anything less than the best. Dritzwise and his crew must be quite busy preparing exotic foods, hence his decision to rely on an adventure. But perhaps you're confused. The play of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways. But you've no interest in my affairs. You only wish to discuss the wine, I suspect. Well, I wouldn't mind hearing your story as well. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been a possibility if it had not been for the savings I had mastered in my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, no one can deny that it paid well. But you're impatient, and Wiscott must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Buyer Glayton. Buyer Glayton, who owns and operates the largest winery in Villebrand. Somehow I doubt he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we needs beg his assistance. It's the Rudigan, right? Yeah. With the perfect mustache. Seriously. Whoever decided to go with that, you need to be slapped. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it non-drinkable. Dismissal is all too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of his polluted swill. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion. I do not care for interruptions. That neophyte Vinter bid you speak with me? Neither you nor your friend have the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you gooby urine than sell you my worst vintage. Begone from my sight. Well, his personality fits his mustache. I take it he said no. Really, in those words? Well, I cannot say I'm surprised. While there is no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsalamence is not a man known for his tact. Very well. We shall have to take an alternative approach. Sneak in and take his wine? There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, if you had come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in these recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that their grapes are of poor quality, only that we all have known better. Long ago, the Vigerons of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine that never before seen quality. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Bacchus grapes were once pride of this town, and they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavorful of all wines. Aye, the legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. Yeah, pardon my enthusiasm. You see, once I had the privilege of sampling that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all of creation. But as is all too often, the calamity changed that. Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If it cannot convince Belleglant, to partake part of his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine and offer them every gill we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the Vigerons tending the vineyard might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. Let's see who we can find. Bacchus wine? Bah, don't remind me. Just have a cellar filled with this stuff. Though I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never count on a bloody primal blowing up my goddamn house. Sorry. That sucks. Oh, they're way up there. Junga Bar. Yeah, we'll go with that. What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. I never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend, but you're a few years too late. Oh, that was fruitful. Pun fully intended. No luck, eh? Most regrettable, but we had to try. But Bacchus wine would be perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess my certitude could be due in part to my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a Vintia. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogomoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized that there was still so much I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me refine a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think of such a wondrous ambrosia, which once filled me with hope, may be lost forever to us. And yes, he said ambrosia, not ambrosia. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there's much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything Captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. I have no fear. I swear that I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there's a favor I'd ask you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Vildbrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die because I very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Dresk took me in and nursed me back to health. And it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me find my new calling. Though I'm still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own creation. I would be most grateful if you deliver it to him in my stead. Dress sometimes works at Raincatcher Gully Dog, so perhaps Risk it can tell you where to find him? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I screwed that one up. Rick Sky. Yeah. Well, hopefully the rest of the stream will go without any hiccups. Because holy crap, today has been fun. Dresk? Oh, you mean the hermit? I talked to tossed him a few gil when he needed an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk much about himself, and I sure as hell don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave him well enough alone, I said. If you mind to find him, though, he then heads southwest to the Severed Sting. That would be the guy all the way out of the cabin. Yep. I should also load those up. Gooby. I mean, for being in the middle of nowhere, it is a nice cabin. Yeah, he's definitely seen a thing. What do you want? Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? You good, dude? Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The mages, the buzzing, it keeps me awake. I never want to hurt anyone. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Please make the bussing stop. Make the midges go away. Where that? Oh, door. Yep. These annoying little bastards. Alright, I gotta turn that down. Just like gnats everywhere, these midges are annoying. Nope, not the doobie. Alright, that should be a little quieter for our dude. I was opening up the tracker before I got distracted. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped. You helped me. Even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the warm maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others, no one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even a Garlean. They conquered my lands just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. I wish to thank Shamani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today at the Red Mantis Falls, I collected the sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it makes for a fine wine. See, it should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shamani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope one day to do the same. Of course, it would start. That's an interesting way to ferment. All right. We've got 3 coconut wines. So let's see what our boy has to say. Just a tad. Nope, not that much. Mother... Seriously? Come on. How? No. all suck. Oh, son of a bitch. This is insane. I got nothing. I've literally got nothing to say. You know, we haven't left Eastern Lominsa. It's been half an hour, and we've only managed to do 6 MSQs. That's nuts. I seriously want to check on other 14 streamers, see if they're having the same issue. Yeah, it's like it's only crystal. Because Dynamis doesn't seem to be having any issue. I didn't see what the other person was. It's either only crystal or it's only Diabolos. Voice was. Been some time, Saphrine. What a good news dressed. I got you nuts. Yes, the right colleague had some kind of knowledge of winemaking. The simplest but never less effective method that utilizes natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We're not so different dressed tonight. 2 men who long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worried that he been alone with the dots for too long, for far too long. It's past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking at him, Saphrine. Ooh, a gooby! By the God, Saphrine, listen, I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I just discovered something extraordinary about dressed palm wine. Sealed each coconut with a leaf. Leaf that has a very distinct and unusual odor. Thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain. These are the leaves of the Bacchus grapevine. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in Ringkachagoli, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Dress found these leaves. Here, take one back to him and see what he has remembered. Pretty sure he's not going to be fond of being interrogated, but we'll give it a shot. That's big coral. Jeez, all the fates are popping. You know, there used to be a day people actually did those fates. Long, long time ago. Oh, hello again. What is it? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. Didn't know it was rare. Found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevine. Saw fresh gooby tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from the vines growing on the back of one such beast? If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some goobies are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. Come out, wherever you are. Have gooby, will wine. Oh, there you are. So the vineyards didn't survive the calamity, but the gooby did. Funny how fate is such a fickle mistress. Come on. What'd Dress have to say, Saphrine? Tell me everything. Here's your stick. I was right. The smell, this texture. I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now. Enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice fisher could... 12 is my witness. It is Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? Don't just give it to him. What? You would offer this to me, but why? There's none better positioned to reconstruct Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Brilgant. You have the resources and knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this calling. I never knew you cared so much about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across from Eorzea will once again be clamoring for the classic of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. Sir, you didn't need... Wait. The shape of this bottle, the scent of this label, this couldn't be. A 1547 Bacchus? But that's impossible. This vintage has not been seen years since before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, but wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize that it's never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Messer Gigarunge will no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, Saphrine. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. But do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to Captain Whisket. Well, yes, I would very much like to drink it, but I am a patient man. I have faith one day that I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. Oh, you've got to be friggin' kidding me. That is 3 in 40 minutes. See, this is the point where I start throwing the hissy fit. This is insane. I can't believe that. Yeah. And I don't want to push the stream back another week because it's not going to, most likely won't get, improved by then. Because this is obviously a directed attack against 7-4. Morning, Aurora. Well, only had 3 disconnects in the past half hour, so... And I think this is 6 for the past 6 hours. Of course, the fact that the queues are only like 300 people is kind of weird. I think it would have been around 2 your time that it happened. Or the first one for today happened, I should say. Alright. Well, we're gonna have to skip that cutscene. Can say we already did it. This is... Ooh, is that an A rank over there? I would say the hunt trains are not doing their job, but considering that nobody can stay on the servers, can't really blame them. All right. Oh yeah, I bet. Someone on one of my discords was at like, I think they said they were at 85 in the new Pilgrim's Deep Dungeon, and they got hit earlier. And I think they were doing a solo as well. You prolonged your absence, for it was beginning to concern me. So what of the wine I asked you to bring? Well, you see, I kind of got thirsty on the trip back. Is that? 7 hells! It's a 1547 Bacchus. Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you. But congratulations, Saphrine. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast that Costa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went through, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. That's just Shola. Ignore her. She was raised by a grumpy old lady. Perhaps you could tell her that the banquet is about to begin. I get a gooby. Yep, there's a screenshot for you. You have the look of a woman who's been to the 7th hell and back. You should be one to talk. That guest should be expected to supply Viscuous for a banquet held in her great honor. And this while the shadow of Titan looms over us all. It beggars belief. I can only applaud your stoicism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I should have accepted my lot with lesser grace. And probably a meteor or two. Lady Ishtola, Lady Conqueror. 1,000 pardons for this extreme discourtesy. It was wholly unaware of your true identity, madam. Had I known, I would never have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Come now, she must have sensed something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would send you running lengths breath of Azorizia for a banquet, did you? Yes. Spare her your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment. Unlike me, Saphrine has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten her? Aye, fair is fair. There's no sense in hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters before the Company of Heroes disbanded, and we swore a solemn oath that any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds, and how well they can gather random crap around the sill. Each man would judge these would-be godslayers by his own criteria. If even one found her wanting, she would be rejected without a second thought. But if she proved herself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support her cause. The world has been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the 5 of you deigned to test Saphrine with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I am sure, but tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? She is a brave one, that much is certain. She has willingly walked into the midst of danger despite my repeated warnings that could cost her life. Her skill is undeniable. She stalked her prey with relentlessness as any child of the sand and struck with precision when an opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. Saphrine, however, is a kind and generous soul. I'm certain that she has no shortage of loyal allies who will gladly fight at her side. Not the way I would describe it, but I'm supposed to behave on this channel. Widely Uplander is talented in Planesmaker. Tricky's foes for Mighty Rockman. I can only concur with my colleague's assessment. We 5 of the Company Heroes judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down lower Crags, Saphrine, Kanekuro, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends, for today we celebrate the birth of a new legend. Saphrine Kanekuro, Titan's Bane. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So, you've told her you're going to join in the Dancing Mikos? No harm in asking. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to click. I only asked Y'shtola if she wanted to join in the Miko dancing. Not like I said anything inappropriate. I mean, come on. He's been nude 3 times in the story. It's not like that'd be any worse. When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Limpsum Mensa Eorzea or anything beyond his chambers. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them, and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory was ever achieved alone. Goodly Uplander must be facing mighty Rockman with clever fighty think. Gobbyflock cannot be coming to rescue this time. Where exactly is his eyes? Whatever. Ah, Saphrine, you brave fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eyes and tell him that Lan said send his regard. You're blessed with fortitude of the rival of the earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. You're a veteran of countless battles, Saphrine, but this is but one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail. You are so kind to indulge them, Saphrine. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration. Though they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan has yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we'll show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lenoska. There you'll meet with Roll, another man who once served with the company. To ensure that this knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands, he'll remain in hiding until you've given him the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at the 3 locations I mark. Only then will he appear to meet you at this 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that it is more than reasonable once you comprehend the risk inherent to this method. So basically, you want a Miko to do a cat call 3 times. Sounds good. Alright, upper, I believe. Yeah, I have a route there. Holy crap. And I'm going to regret saying this, but I think we're going to make it to the hour mark without another disconnect. That's interesting. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Although it would be understandable if they did cancel the parade. When is it supposed to be? Yeah, it's supposed to be in an hour. Don't mind me, just ride my chocobo through. And these recruits are just checking you out. That was weird. His friend isn't related to Master Jiraiya, is he? Secretly hanging out at a spa? Come on. Get up there. Greetings, lass. Might be the one Captain said would become Colin. I thought so. Pay attention now, because I need to explain myself twice. Years ago, when we was weighing up how to get Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across this beastman aetheryte, you see? Yeah. What's that look for? Not familiar with them? He speaks of an unamplified aetheryte which has been claimed by a beast tribe. Lest you wonder, there is no fundamental difference between such aetherytes and those which you have used on countless occasions, Saphrine. Well, if it ain't the Charlian lass, welcome back. Forgive me for interrupting. I planned to await your report, but I succumbed to curiosity. Save the joke, save the joke, save the joke. The tunnels beneath Ogamuro form a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate it is a mystery I had long pondered. Give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to try going in the front. The kobolds always be digging new tunnels and filling old ones with traps. From one wrong step, and the next thing you know, you've got several hundred tons of old rock on your noggin. Suicide to even be tried. See? Funny thing was, kobolds didn't seem to have no trouble finding their way around. That got us thinking. I mean, Gamaro mines are like a bleeding city, ain't they? And getting around in the city that big would be right being pain in the arse if you didn't have an aetheryte net, wouldn't it? So I stood to reason that the kobolds must have had one, didn't it? Even if there were aetheryte shards deep in Ogamuro, You would need to attune yourselves to them before you could identify their signatures within the live stream. Ah, well, that's where you're wrong, love. We had this Charlian bloke help us, see? Delivered us right to Titan's bedchamber, he did. He wouldn't look like he was a grandfather, would he? I don't rightly know what he did, but I do remember him saying that it weren't nothing any Charlian scholar would be... Any Charlian scholar worth her weight in salt could manage. Did he now? Locating a beacon in the absence of known signature might be possible if the Aetherites in question happen to be... Ah, yes. But in order to guide a traveler to said beacon safely, second party would be required to... It is possible in theory, at least. Yet I cannot be certain until I try. Plain, all I will depend on whether or not I am worth my salt. Oh, you are less. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Why don't we all go to Zelma's Run and take a closer look at the Aetherite? It ain't far. Though there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way, not you can handle, mind? Wait, that's not my bird. Oh, no. That was an interesting coincidence. I already got this one, right? Yeah. Onward! To glowing rocks. And hopefully not being launched off a platform. Hi there, pardon me. Coming through. So, this is the Aetherite the Company of Heroes used to gain access to Titan's Sanctuary. It is as Papalimos suspected. In its present state, the Aetherite's signal will not be strong enough for our purposes. I may, however, be able to use its own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you have to proceed without me, Saphrine. I must needs remain here and supplement this beacon's power, lest you be denied your only path of escape. Fear not, I will summon the Maelstrom's forces stationed nearby to protect us. With effort, it is possible I may still be able to stabilize the Aetherite signal and thereby join you, albeit belated. Until such time as I do, you'll be on your own. Now, let's see if I am worth my salt. If not, I'm telling Master Matoya. I have located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you will find there, so stint not your preparation. Oh, this is normal, so it's just the 4-person, I believe. Alright, let's see what the Band of Misfits can do.
An overdweller. Yes, the invader from above. She uses her Aeth rights against us. She has defiled Titan's sacred sanctuary. Trespass. Violated. Defiled. Overdweller must leave. Overdwellers must fly. Brothers, sisters, fear her not. Her fate shall be decided by the Lord of the Crags. Hear me, Overdweller. You and your treacherous brother must be held accountable for breaking their covenant. You should be the first to face judgment, then Limsa Laminsa and her oathbreakers, liars, betrayers, and oathbreakers. O great father, Lord of Crags, Titan we summon you, Titan we summon you.
Yeah, I'm not doing that a second time. There's our chonky boy.
He come, Lord of Tags, Titan has come.
Overdweller, art thou deaf to their weeping? Thy vile coveteth have ever the blessing of the land, and murdereth my children by the score, all in the service to greed. Such sins are beyond pardon. Ah, but I am not the first to suffer thy defiance. Thou didst bring Ifrit low. Godless Overdweller, thy myriad heresies shall not go unpunished. Upon thee I shall wreak a terrible vengeance. Let's have some fun! You all want to go? Forward? Come on. There you go. Owie! Oh, huh. Interesting that I have True North right now. Oh, you're brave. Bombs? Nope. Dick. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Come on. Oh, this is hilarious. Wow. Duty supports are always fun.
The Lord of Crags, great father Titan, has fallen.
We get a new toy? I think that's number 4. Yeah.
Crimes of the Overdweller should never be forgiven. Never forgiven. No, no, never. 'Twas your kind that broke the covenant. We've acted only in defense of our lands. Cease your aggression, or never will there be peace. Till our dying breaths, we shall defy you, defy, deny, decry.
Huh. Now, these are readings one would expect of an icon. I have seen enough. We will proceed as planned. Are you sure that is wise, my lord? Your curiosity is untested and unproven. We do not yet know its true capabilities. Then trust in mine. Rethathin. My curiosity, as you so eloquently put it, would have bested Titan in the blink of an eye. Why, if there is truth to the legends, it would readily subjugate the whole of Eorzea, given but a little while longer. Is that not so? It is. No greater single power has ever been conceived, much less realized. What you say may well be true, but while such devices may win battles, I do not believe they will serve to change the course of war. Oh, but they will. Have faith, Lil, my friend. I cannot endorse this action. Fool. And now she has taken a fourth. Fascinating. Carry on, Crystal Bearer. Far though you have come, your work is far from done. And not remain to be mark his passing. Well, the Ascians are nothing if not elusive. It is little wonder that they should cast advanced teleportation magics at will. But that they would choose to consort with the Empire. What common goal could they possibly share? I fear I might have arrived a little too late, but I see you had the matter well in hand. I have taken measures to ensure that we were not pursued, yet I cannot say how long they will hold. Take your leave while the kobolds are still in disarray. I will follow anon. There is something I must investigate before I depart. I will teleport you to the Aetheryte in Zalem's Run, and we will rendezvous at Camp Bronze Lake. Agreed? It is what it is. One, two. For the next tower. The Crags. Alright. Pardon me, coming through. Oh, we got the Ascians working with the Empire. And the Empire is divided. Again. So all is well under the sun. Oh, crap. I'm well to see you well. But come, let us discuss our next step. Though word will already have reached Maelstrom Command, protocol requires that a representative from our order inform them, the High Commander, of the mission's success. The honor is rightfully yours, Saphrine, because I have to go take a catnap. Once again, I must commend you on a job well done. We shall speak soon. Talimsa? Talimsa. Where the hell? Oh, at Maelstrom Command. My bad. I wouldn't see any reason why you can't. Because, you know, you're just accessing these people. You're not accessing your FC chest or the retainers.
Thank you for coming, Saphrine. Word of your triumph have reached some of a while ago, but I'm pleased you prefer I have it personally confirmed. First, Ifrit and now Titan. Truly, when I think of your achievements, I feel loss of the warriors of light less keenly. There could be no greater compliment than that. You and your order of your heroes. People of Limsa Limits are forever in your debt.
Yeah. Yeah, because I checked other 14 streamers earlier during, I think it was the second disconnect, and Dynamis was having no issue that I saw.
I shall relay the details of your report to Admiral Fortwith. Please send my regards to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Yeah, I heard that too. Of course, I think it's strange that here on Diabolos, when we get back into queue, it's only like 300 people. You know, that's barely Limsa and Ul'dah put together. So I don't know. Saphrine, this is Minfilia. Y'shtola has informed me of your success. You have won a great victory for the people of Eorzea, one that shall be not forgotten. And what's more, both you and Y'shtola emerged from Gomorrah unscathed. Why, Tataru and the others seem glad that as they did of Titan's fall. You can look forward to a hero's welcome. They'll be waiting you for your return at the Waking Sands. There's much to discuss. Godspeed. Yeah, like, was going to originally think it was just us on the East Coast and such, but I know people over in Europe who play here on NA that are getting hit as well. Ah, that's what I'm looking for. Where was my boof? I didn't get a boof. Y'all waiting for something? Oh, shit. I thought this was coming later. Fuck. Yeah. Good luck with that. Damn it. I wanted to end on this part, not have it be the halfway point. No, the floating bush. This one is glad. Fucking one is safe.
We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. Thank heaven she is safe. Louisoire, do you see? Your light shines brightly in this one, and in time, it will illuminate the realm once more. Oh!
Advance no further!
We have come for the one who slayed Ifrit and Titan. Bring her forth, and you may yet know mercy.
Confound it. Stay out of sight. I would leave a message with you. I surrender myself, on the condition you spare the innocents.
Conditions? There speaks the Supreme Sire. I'll grant you have courage, but you would be better served by armor.
Search all you will. The one you seek is not here.
So it would seem.
And yet you knew to look here. But how?
Hold that thought.
Okay. Now she dies.
Conditions of surrender denied.
Cease at once!
Have you not done enough?
Perhaps. Enough. We must away. Though we have not found our quarry, the High Priestess of the Scions should suffice for now. They say she also possesses the Echo. I cannot wait to hear her scream. I said enough! We leave. Bring the prisoners.
Well, the Empire are definitely special. Oh, shit.
In case Walking One returned, this one was to say, at church in eastern Thanland, Walking One must claim sanctuary. This one tried to protect Walking One Minfilia from Imperial ones. Forgive this one. Save.
Well, somehow the Empire managed to find their way to the Waking Sands in the middle of Ul'dah, Thanalan. Definitely suspicious as to how that happened suddenly. Alright, so we gotta go to Drybone. Try to regroup somehow, now that everybody is taken away and disappeared. It's the last standing member of the Scion. So who could be so important that they would be all the way out here? Obviously not you. There's something troubling you, child. You have that look of one who has endured great suffering. If there is anything I can do to help, anything at all, you only need to ask. Later. Yeah, Wild Roses was the secret password. The Wild Roses. I see. You may speak freely here. We are all friends of the Scions. How could this have happened? Are you certain that Minfilia was among those taken by the Garleans? Let us pray no further harm comes to them. You may stay here for as long as you wish. It is the least I can do for a friend of Minfilio's. I have known her since she was but a child. Well, do I recall the day our first meeting? I swore then to do everything in my power to support her, and I will gladly offer the self-same service to her brother and sister scions. So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask. Marquise, would you come here for a moment? Yes, father. Hey, don't I know you? If you require assistance, pray speak with the Marquise. He's a trifle shy, but I'm assure you he means well. I should explain. Marquise is a survivor of the Battle of Cartano. Alas, his experience took a terrible toll upon his mind. Had we not taken him into our care, he would have surely perished in the desert. Marquise, I want you to look after Saphrine. Do you understand? Yes, father. That's a big bird. Excuse me, Saphrine. Do you have a moment? Join the club. We got shirts. We can't mail them to you because the servers keep getting disconnected, though. It concerns this broken horloge, which was found in the pocket of a man brought here for a burial. There's something familiar about it, but just what, I cannot say. Perhaps if I tinker with the device, it'll come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask you journey to Camp Drybone in my stead and obtain a bull-point chisel. Whatever. And a pair of needle-nose pincers. Not pliers. They're often used by goldsmiths, so perhaps they would be best in people ask. Of course, I do not expect you to foot the bill. Here, take this coin purse. That should cover it. Oh, holy crap. Well, that's an interesting one. Bull-point chisel, you say? Pair of needle-nose pincers? Those things don't come cheap, you know? Thals, balls, I mean, yes, this should be of sufficient pacing. Nice going business with you. Have you brought the tools I requested? Something occurs to me. Please wait here a moment. It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, the sensation that stirs within me remains a mystery. But how? How did I do it? These hands, my hands, they moved with a mind of their own, deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I'd performed the same motions countless times before. Pardon me, Saphrine, this was a mistake. Please give the horologe to Sister Elund. The man who once owned it is currently in her care. I think that it's best that it be returned to him. Think. Where's the sister? Outsides? Of course. What would ever make you think that I don't want to get wet?
Good day to you, madam. Have you come to pay respects to this man?
Hopefully he's not the guy I'm supposed to deliver this to.
Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say it measures the passage of time. Mayhap there are more in Garlemald's. I am given to understand its cities are filled with all manners of amazing technologies. Marquis said it belonged to the deceased? Oh dear. You don't suppose that the owner might have been a Garlean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities in Camp Drybone. But maybe more importantly, how did the Marquis manage to repair this device? I knew he had a talent for trades, but this goes far beyond mending fences and thatching roofs.
What are we getting? Oh, 34.
I recognize you now, Saphrine. We just talked 5 seconds ago. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the Waking Sands and being prepared for transport here. If you wish to leave this work to others, I understand. However, taking part might help you find closure.
Oh, the bodies quest. Great. Yep. Another fun quest. Is my sound off? Oh, I think I know what I turned off. I was doing a screenshot earlier, that's right. Eh? You don't look like one of them church fellas. Not that I'll turn you away, no sir. As you can see, we got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. Nobody's come claim them, so off to the Lich Shard they go. Be thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage yourself. 'Twas so nightmares, I tell you, God's damn Imperials. I don't know what the quarrel they had with these folks, and I sure as hell don't want to know. Sooner we put this behind us, the better. Say, I ain't seen you around here before, or have you just one of them faces? Never mind. Any road, there's a carriage come to haul the bodies of the Lich Shard out by the east gate. There are only 8 left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I have a mind to leave them remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you're at the work. Some of these folks started to turn. Yeah, getting through the second to last half of ARR right now. course the Lala would be the quicker one. What happened to the big fella? Ah, forget it. Just put the net. Just bring in the next batch and toss him in the back. And like they'll beclaim, be rough. I would say he's a dick, but considering what he has to do, I'll let it pass. Well, ain't you a strong one? Forward one trip? Reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest then. Seems weird that the sprite is going to be put, or... No, what the hell were they? Pixies. Sylphs. That's what they were, sylphs. Was being put in the cargo with the rest. Jesus. Wouldn't you lay them properly? That should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't take long to deliver all the corpses to the lit yard. Even so, might want to hurry back and tell them that our work here is done. And how fitting that it is raining. Could have at least put the body bound by now. I see that you decided to heed my advice. I pray that, in doing so, you found some small measure of peace. First carriage from Vesper Bane arrived not long ago. We've been preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like you to know that for many, death came quickly. Rest assured that we will treat them with the utmost respect and do everything we can to shepherd them to Thal's realm. Although we can perform rites for most of the Scions, there's one whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the Sylphs of Little Solus. It is only proper that she be given into the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance with Sylphic traditions. Yeah. That makes more sense. As much as it sucks. Oh, this is gonna hurt my voice. Those bugs are ugly. No, that's different than Elneg.
This one is surprised to see Walking One and Little Solus. How can these ones assist Walking One?
Yeah, you don't want to know, little one.
Norexia! But this one does not understand. Kumixia has... This one has heard much wailing. This one would know what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Hour One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solus, but why? These ones have not requested further aid. Norixia! How did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So, not only Norixia, but many of Walking One's friends were lost as well. Norixia... Norixia went to Thenland at behest of this one. Walking One was with Norixia at end. Tell this one that Norixia was brave. Tell this one that Norixia did not suffer.
Well, one's gonna be a truth, one's gonna be a lie.
This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Norixia home, Walking One. These ones will also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial Ones must pay. Imperial Ones must suffer. When time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Norexia's death be for naught. These ones will fight.
Damn. That sylph wants blood. Hopefully, it doesn't turn into a temper. We have 5. We start 3. Yeah, I'm the same. Okay. Hit up that one more time.
We thank you for your service to the church and to the sylphs. You may be pleased to know that, in your absence, we interred the remaining scions in Lichler Yard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends? If so, I would remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please, take a rest. Set aside your burdens for now, Saphrine.
Oh, you did not name that quest that way. I hate you. I'm not imagining it, Saphrine. I know I'm being watched. This is different, sinister. It is as if I am under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but I felt it the last I ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you look outside for me, please? It will only take a moment. Oh, it's really coming out there like cats and... Oh. Never mind. It's on the other side of the fence. Hello. Wrong one. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching me? What did he want with me? Did he perhaps know something of my past? I feel like I could have asked him. I need to think. Please allow me a moment alone. Wait. Father Illid must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again. Hey, in case you didn't hear. Heavens forfend. That such a thing could happen on holy ground. Oh, shit. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinctive about his garb or possessions? This is Garlean steel, which means this man who was watching the Marquise was... Make haste for Cramp Drybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come. I mean, they've already struck Vesper Bay, so Drybone's not that far out of reach.
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Pretty sure that magic doesn't exist.
And to that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Sid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Cartano.
Yeah, that sounds like Sid.
I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait, Hear me, Sid. Eorzea needs you.
Sid, was it? Here. These belong to you.
You could have put it on a table.
I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
Who are you? Alfino
Alfino
Leveilleux,
Leveilleux.
at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the three city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Coerthas as we speak. Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength.
Goody.
Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled.
Well, that's gonna go over well.
If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Sid.
I have an airship?
Doesn't that sound cool? Let's go find it.
Yes, Sid, you do. Your very own airship. It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship? Oh, wait.
Hmm?
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need my airship. They need me.
And you need a cigar. What a curious twist of fate that Master Sid Garland would at last be found within our church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, Saphrine. You wish to find his airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the calamity. Much like the Great Gooby Wall of Ulda. Okay, you're gonna have to tell me about that one later. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania towards Coerthas. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Falgord Float, the closest settlement to Coerthas. Mayhaps the Serpents stationed there have records of the events that transpired that day. I had hoped you might rest for your journey for a time, but I see that the world still needs of you and the Scions. Pray look after yourself and Sid. Saphrine, you can ignore the boy. Yeah. We'll leave it at that. Wow, it is raining everywhere in Eorzea right now. Is there aught amiss I can assist you with, Miss? The Enterprise? You speak of Master Garland's ship, yes? Aye. I needn't refer to the records. I know that the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Coerthas. What became of it after, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Vorterfart. Vorterfart at Florentel's Spire. He was on duty that day, and I saw it with his own eyes. I am unsure as to what you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you locate the ship, you would not need a man of Master Garland's caliber to fly it? I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex. I'll deal with that on my own time. Yeah, they'll handle that fate by themselves. They always do. You have come in search of Vorterfart? Very well met, for you have found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years, since before the great snows came to Coerthas. What exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day. And I will tell you about it in the next episode. 'Twas on the eve of the Battle of Cartino, nigh on 5 years ago. I held the spire alone that night while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy on the field. Then, all of a sudden, a most fantastic airship I had ever seen splits the sky overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest in that general direction. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Coerthas. The astrologians at the observatorium may have records which could help, but to obtain them you would need to deal with the Ishgardians who control the region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The high houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Dalamud descended, they took shelter behind the gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you should you prove yourself useful to them, considering providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I've little doubt they would accept aid freely offered. Yep. Ishgard is pretty isolationist right now. And it is cold and snowing. And everything looks white. Damn. That's kind of weird because it is a Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that name. Excuse me, can you repeat that? You wish to offer your services to House Dudurande? And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? How absurd. As if we would permit an outsider peruse the records of the observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendlessness. The Holy See of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. Because we are arrogant a-holes. Hallon, have mercy, are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me while I am on duty. We are stretched thin as it is. And where in the hells is that knight I sent out on patrol? He should have returned ages ago. Useless whelp. Perhaps I have a use for you after all. If you still wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for this missing man. You will know him by his uniform, that of House Drendere, as is mine. Hello. If it wasn't for you, miss, I reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable dragon-loving bastards. Death was a mercy they didn't deserve. I pray the rumors were mistaken, but this comforts the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics are operating within this region. Fare thee well, friend. Oh, right. The Shiva supporters. I had almost forgotten about them. I must say, I didn't actually expect you to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see I may have been premature in my judgment, miss. We are a proud people, beholden to tradition, but that doesn't mean we are without humility, I being the most humble of all. I shall instruct the astrologians to entertain your request. However, understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you may peruse the records. Pray proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to Edmel. Oh, these fun effing towers. Crap, I hate this part. Ah, the lady cometh in search of the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Luvuex be thinking? It is true that we maintain meticulous records which stretch back generations. However, because this information is used to chart Dravenian activity, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist with your inquiries, pray seek audience with Chief Astrologian Forlemont above. In the tower that goes on forever. I really hate these towers. Off the screen. No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling what it is you ask? Were our records to fall into the wrong hands, it could change the course of a war which has been raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between Southron nations. Ours is a holy crusade, and we are the arbiters of Hallon's will. I will not put our great mission at risk. Certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship, of all things. Pardon the intrusion, for Lamont. I wish to speak with you regarding the recent... Oh, I did not realize you had a guest. Inquisitor Gallivan, you honor us with your presence, sir. This lady was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one who rescued House Durderen's knight from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I am told you seek an airship that last seen in Coerthas 5 years ago, yes? You come at us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best of luck in your search, I would also strongly advise caution. The snows can come quickly in Coerthas. One moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge. And next you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark while traversing. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course. I was not aware you aided House Durderen in that fashion. Thank you, madame. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. Fine. I'll steal the records myself. What do you want? Oh, I don't want to talk to you. You there, madam. I could not help but overhear your conversation with the chief astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require that you perform a favor in exchange. Go over there. An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition to the cliffs to the east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of the exile in that vicinity. If you would seek out this astrologian and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me. Alright. Down we go. Seriously. Why? Why are they so tall? I mean, I can't help but have a compensation joke for the Ishgardians about that. Ooh. Hello. Goodbye. What a relief to see someone other than God's damn Birdman. I thought I could finish my work whilst the Exo were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to hide and hope they might leave before I froze to... Wait, who are you? You're not one of our knights. A man of House Durin cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, madam. Well, screw you too. Ah. And somehow we're supposed to favor Ishgard when it comes later in the story. so you're trying to hold the phallic jokes. Really trying to hold them back. The sad part is, this is not the only tower we're going to have to spend hours climbing up and down. And Coerthas. That arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having to be rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for underestimating me. Dangers of our knights face every day. Ah, but you are eager to locate your airship? It may surprise you that by saving him, you've already aided our own cause. House Durin is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as is their duty to sound the alarm at the first sign of Durvanian aggression. Yet you already aided them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you access to their observatorium records. That is just as well, for there are other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is you petition Lord Portelaine for an official introduction to the other high houses. The word of House Durandare carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses. And maybe someday they'll get off their high chocobo and help out. Oh, he's inside. You've caused quite the stir in your short time here. First you slay 2 heretics and save a knight, and now I hear you rescued a man of our house? I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. Huh. An introduction to the other high houses? I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you. But while you have performed 2 acts, you would have to endorse me to 3 high houses? It is only fitting that you aid us one final time. Wouldn't you agree? Because everything comes in 3s. Now, I understand you are very eager to find your missing airship, but worry not, for this task should take a woman of your skill but a moment to complete. Not long ago, a porter from Skyfire Locks was ambushed on the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares as well. On the off chance any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you can find. Lest you intend to perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovering stolen merchandise will endear you to House Helenarte, further improving your chances that they indulge in your quest for aid. Because that's how it is when you deal with nobles. Always a tit for a tat, favor for favor. Never anything free, never anything out of the goodness of their blackened hearts. Gooby! Like hell, I'm not going to do that. Alright, back we go. Yay! Stuff sold. For dirt cheap. Have you good tidings to share? Or better yet, stolen merchandise to show? I have that, and I have some of that. Gods bless you, friend. It is all here. Every last... wait. Just over there looks like it might have been pillaged. Bloody hells. That's the personal property of Lord Frenzel, too. Are you certain? Clearly an attempt has been made to open it, but the lock appears to held. Nevertheless, if you wish to verify the contents against your shipment manifest, be my guest. Fury take me, a draconic rosary? In the possession of Lord Frenzel? Yet, perhaps this is not so difficult to fathom. House Helenarte is whispered to be infested with heretics. Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention, miss. I shall inform the Inquisitors immediately. Under these circumstances, I strongly advise against associating with House Helenarte. Your other introductions will need to be postponed as well. It is the duty of every Ishgardian to root out and destroy heretics. All else must wait until this matter is resolved. Well, crap. We still have an airship to find. Come closer, lass. Listen well. This is for your ears only. Lord Frenzel is no heretic. He's a goodly man, righteous man, wholly dedicated to the cause. I know this because I served House Helenarte for years prior to the calamity. You must go to Skyfire Locks and warn him of the coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him of an Edelweiss, and he will know you for a friend. Now go. No one ever expects the Ishgardian Inquisition. Yep. Yes. You look as though you have something to say, do you? Wow. Okay, let's go with it. I see Sir Cardillo has not forgotten our mother's favorite flower. Pity it has not been seen in Coerthas since the calamity. You may speak freely here, friend. That's absurd! I would sooner die than become a thrall of the dragons. Alas, it matters not what I say at this point. Although the draconic rosary was not found in my possession, still may be considered by many to be proof of my heresy. I must do my utmost to prove my innocence to the Inquisitors, for if they harbor even the slightest doubt, this will only add weight to the incessant accusations our house has suffered of late. It is as though the gods themselves are plotting our fall. You risk much by coming here. It is only proper that I recompense you for this deed. Tell me what you desire, and I should do my best to provide. A missing airship? Ah, I see. It may require a prolonged effort to locate your quarry. I shall direct you to one in better position to assist you. Lord Hartchenfont of House Fortemps commands the garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Present him this letter of introduction, and he will surely be receptive to your needs. And good luck to you with your Inquisitors. Prairie, Rose in the Unicorn. Alright, it's time to meet our boy. The real hero of the story. How the hell did you two get up here? Ah, the unmistakable swagger of a well-trained adventurer. If you are to come pay your respects, be at ease, friend. I am not one to stand on formality. Truth be told, I would gladly welcome many and more brave souls like yourself. But enough chatter, pray tell, why have you come? If there is any justice in this world, these charges will receive no serious consideration. It is beyond inconceivable. Ah, yes! The letter made mention of pressing matters for which you require assistance. What might that be? So, this enterprise you speak of was last seen above Coerthas before the calamity 5 years ago. I fear it may prove difficult to find any eyewitness to these events, for while Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Cartano, we were embroiled in our own internal conflicts at the time. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf and share with you my findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of Camp Dragonhead. I will see to it that you are afforded every courtesy as a guest of House Fortemps. Alright. As you have doubtlessly realized by now, the high houses of Ishgard, House Fortemps included, are either unwilling or unable to offer you formal assistance in your search. However, that does not mean that there are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your cause. I shall be sending missives to their various representatives in Ishgard, though I suspect it would be quicker and more efficient if you were to make inquiries on your own. Lady Nine of mine own House Fortemps, who resides here in Camp Dragonhead, rather enjoys the company of travelers. There is also Cravlin of House Hallentre, who can be found at Skyfire Locks, though any information you pry from the scribe may prove to be difficult to parse. Have you spoken with the chief astrologian of House Jordan yet? You mean the ass? Absolutely. Really? Perhaps he'll be more accommodating once I inform him that you are a friend of House Fortemps. Do not concern yourself with how it is, Mel. I shall contact them myself. Seek the counsel of the three I mentioned, and return to me when you've finished. Yeah, Dismail is definitely going to be a good route to go. Why, hello, good madam. What's that? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fortemps does. Or if they do, I would definitely know it as well.
On the topic of everyone's lips these days is what will become of young Lord Frenzel. Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Hellentry have been found guilty of heresy in recent days.
Well, noble gossip is noble gossip. How many do we got left? 11. And we got an hour and a half. Yeah, I think we could hit that. 12 knows my voice is gonna suffer. Where are you?
Hell grant me strength. There must be some way. Oh, who are you? Ah, friend of Fuller Harshfun. I want to help you, I truly do, but these accusations of heresy have thrown the House Hellentry into chaos. Right now, we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation.
I got about half of what you said, but good luck with it. Now back to this arrogant ass at the top of tower compensation. Oh, I should probably hit this. Oh, I didn't get the 8th right. Crap. I know I'm going back to Dragonhead after this, but just in case. I hate these towers. I still hate these towers. I gather you've been busy since we last spoke. Lord Harchfon's missive was positively glowing. But if you think his endorsement is cause for me to disregard Ishgardian policies, then you are sorely mistaken. We are at war, madam, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in the short time since Inquisitor Guilliman has arrived at Coerthas, countless heretics have been discovered, even among the elite Ishgardian society. What a strange coincidence. If Lord Harshafon wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, that is his choice. But if he expects others to share in his folly, well, he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. Wow. I almost was not surprised that you did not do anything of use. And off we go back to Camp Dragonhead. Hey, the fate's up at the gates, like always. Hi, Goobies. Hi, Goobies. Alright, before I forget it again. Ooh, someone's got a Rathlos. Wait, I already got that? When? Huh. Whatever.
By your countenance, I take you did not learn of anything of use? Nor did I fear. It seems the whole of Coerthas is consumed by this talk of heretics in the high houses. We can only hope for that my sources in Ishgard proper provide more pertinent information. I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Frenzel, of course, whom much has been whispered in the recent days. I've received a report that he and 3 knights were seen heading north towards a steel vigil. The outpost was long overrun by a Dravanian horde, so I am not certain what he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray journey to Steel Vigil, and see if Lord Frenzel's party requires your assistance.
Well, hopefully he's not walking into a trap. That would just make it a rainy day in a snowy territory. One and two. Yep. Alright, I'll deal with you first. Attend to your knights. Please?
Who goes there? Saphrine? No, stay back. The Fiend is still here.
Now, can I talk to you?
Helen be praised, you did it. But what of the others? The 3 knights who accompany me, where are they?
Oh, confound it all. How are we to redeem House Hallentre if we can't even slay a single Avis? We were fortunate you came along when you did, Miss. House Hallentre will remember your kindness. I heard the beast cries from over yonder. Then Lord Frenzel is safe? Bless you, miss. Bless you.
Curse those fiends. As though they knew we were coming.
Yeah. Almost like it was set up. But that would never happen with political bullshitting going on.
I was foolish to think to do, I don't know. But I had hoped we might demonstrate our devotion by slaying a number of the Scalekin. Moreover, it was House Hallentre that yielded the Steel Vigil to the Horde many years ago. One might say our defeat here heralded the slow decline of our house's once great name. We've been brought even lower by these despicable accusations of heresy, and despite my best efforts, I have done naught to improve the situation. The day of my trial approaches, so I must accept the judgment of the Inquisitors, whatever it may be.
But even should my protestations fall on deaf ears, I will proclaim my innocence to my dying breath. You do that, little boy. And hopefully it works out for you. We're still on. Yep, we're still going. What did you find at the stale vigil? Ha ha, I see. A reckless plan, but indeed it did not cost him as nice their lives. That is good. I have news for you as well. Ha ha. A witness to the final flight of the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there is a complication. It has become common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Francel at the Skyfire Locks not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably resistant to make your acquaintance, for fear of being seen in the company of a woman who might be later declared as a heretic. Not an unreasonable fear given the zeal with which Inquisitor Guilliman has conducted his investigations. In any case, if we wish to obtain his testimony, we must first clear Lord Frenzel's name, and, by association, yours. As I see it, the key to proving Lord Frenzel's innocence is by discrediting the evidence against him. I speak of the draconic rosary found in the chest you yourself recovered. If you would, please tell me of the incident in question. Ah, I see. So it was found in a locked chest labeled as property of Lord Frenzel. If the rosary was not his, then somebody else must have planted it. Here is what you must do. Return to the Skyfire Lock, speak with Rickman. He works closely with the porters who ferry goods across Coerthas, so he may have some inkling as to who could be responsible. Huh. After all, he himself could not be the one responsible. Goobies everywhere, and... yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Tree. Eh? Someone tampering with shipments? Fury strike me down if all of them rosaries found in our people's possessions were planted. Hey, no, don't you give me that look, lass. I'm a House Hallentran man through and through. This heresy nonsense is bad for me and my family, too. I ain't saying the porters that were bringing the shipment in, though. I know most of them what work these trade routes, and I've never had a cause to question their faith. But if it wasn't them neither, then your guess is as good as mine. After all, most every shipment thoroughly inspected before it... Could it have been the fellows that were responsible for the inspections? Ishgardian Knights and Inquisitors, the lot of them, as if they'd ever turned their cloaks. Reckon that means the porters are most likely your specs. Hate to think it, but maybe you should question them. There's a crew coming to Camp Dragonhead from White Brim Front today. Might consider having a word with them. Okay. So that'd be west of Dragonhead, right? Or, no, right in Dragonhead. Oh, I'm so glad they gave us the ability to mount while moving. Wow, those porters got here fast. Beg your pardon? You suspect that we porters have been planting draconic rosaries in House Halentre's shipments? What nerve! If you truly believe such nonsense, search our parcels and see what you find. That's one. That's two. Huh, damsel didn't have it. Are we finished? If so, I would appreciate an apology. But that's impossible. Once the knights at Whitebrim Front concluded her inspection, I loaded the parcels into the wagon myself. And if I had been the culprit, I would never allow you to search the shipments. Say what you will to Lord Harshfont, I will not be held accountable for this. Hey, Ori. Guess what? Did something happen outside? I thought I heard shouting. More importantly, what did Rickman ever have to say? More draconic rosaries in every single parcel bound for Skyfire Locks? That beggars belief. Even Inquisitors must acknowledge that this is no more than a crass attempt to sully House Halentre's reputation. Whoever is responsible for this has overplayed their hand. And praise Helone that he did. Lord Francel's trial is upon us, and we must act now if we are to clear his name. That's not the last one, right? Yeah. From the very first, I knew it could not be so many members of House Halentre were heretics. At last, we can finally give lie to these poisonous allegations and put an end to this traversary. Yep. I will need to prepare a formal statement regarding these developments for the Holy See. In the meantime, I would have you bear my words to Inquisitor Bergi and tell her that Horse Fortemps demands that Lord Francel's trial be postponed until full investigation has been conducted. Whoop. Oh, you. What is it, my child? Lord Harshfont would have the Inquisitors do what? But that is not possible. Inquisitor Gizmain presides over Lord Francel's trial at Witchdrop even as we speak. Fear not, if Lord Francel is indeed innocent, he shall walk in Helone's halls with the fallen heroes of Ishgard. That doesn't sound good. I would hope that being innocent would save him the results of dying. They have taken Lord Francel to Witchdrop? This is madness! The Inquisitor did not have sufficient grounds to subject him to that manner of trial. I will not stand idly by and allow an innocent man to die. Saphrine, I would dispatch you and one of my knights to Witchdrop to forestall the proceedings until such time as I am able to join you and petition Inquisitor Gilman in person. I will endeavor not to keep you waiting too long. Do whatever you must to keep Lord Francel alive. Alright. Pretty sure talking to them is not going to do anything helpful. So we're most likely going to have to cast Fist. Und where is which drop? Why is it over by Ixal territory, though? Holy hello. They've got friends. Hail, Saphrine. As you can see, Lord Frenzel yet lives, but we must try to reason with the Inquisitor. But if his guards judge us a threat, we may also be prepared to defend ourselves. Duty calls us to action. Josekin Charlemont Francel del Howlenart, you stand accused of heresy against the holy see of Ishgard. Is there aught you wish to say in your defense?
Hear me, brothers. These charges are false. The men and women of my line have been ever opposed to the Ravanians, and I am no different. Since the very birth of our nation, we have gladly shed our blood in service of the Holy See. Condemn me, and you shall strike a blow again for the enemies of Ishgard.
It is for Halon to judge if you speak the truth. Prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men. Leap from the cliff and entrust your fate to the Fury. The righteous shall take their place in the Halon's halls, while the wicked shall reveal their draconic forms and be put to the sword. A literal witch trial for dragons. Awesome. In the name of House Fortemps, I beseech you, stay your hand. Inquisitor, we have come on behalf of Lord Harshfront. My lord has uncovered evidence which suggests the charges against Lord Frenzel are without merit. We humbly request that these proceedings be suspended until such time a full re-examination of the facts has been conducted. Lord Harshfront has allowed his personal relations with the accused to cloud his judgment. That he should harbor private doubts, I might have allowed, but that he would dare interfere with the legal proceedings sanctioned by the Holy See, I cannot. To defy the will of an Inquisitor is to commit heresy, a crime for which there is but one punishment. We must hold them off until Lord Harshfront arrives, Saphrine. Remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor. Well, don't you just want to take the fun out of everything? He came, he saw, he ran away. I'm not done with you. There we go. Now I feel better. Shiny. It is not our intention to defy the will of the Archbishop, but this trial, like many others, I fear, has been orchestrated by the enemies of House Hallentree. They have used you and your fellows to sow discord, Inquisitor, to set brother against brother, that we may tear ourselves apart. The fevered imaginations of a desperate man. What proof have you of this? By the fury of Draconic Rosary? Then the knight who refused to yield, it was he who summoned the wyvern? A heretic in the ranks of a temple knights? This has grave implications. Your claims would appear to have merit, Lord Harshaphant. I shall withdraw my charges against Lord Francel, pending further investigation. I trust that you have not lost sight of that which first brought you to Coerthas, Saphrine. Pray locate your errant airship and use it to get yourself out of my sight. Lord Harshaphant, I have not the words to express my gratitude, but why would you risk your reputation to save mine? Because that is what heroes do, boy. Because I know you, boy. You are too loyal to betray Ishgard, too devout to question your own sentence, too stupid to realize you were walking into a trap. Had we been any slower, you would have jumped of your own free will. I would have done whatever it took to redeem House Hallentar. Praise alone, it did not come to that. It profits us little to dwell on what might have been. This needs to happen quickly. Let us quit this place, Saphrine. Pray visit me at Captain Drunkenhead once you have recuperated. Ha ha. Well, now that we're done playing with the nobles for the time being, can we please find this airship? Actually, I probably should hit this up. Oh, that's not too bad. Thought it was going to be worse. Oh, shit. You look well, Saphrine. Ha ha ha. May I say what a pleasure it was to fight along such a fearless and skilled warrior. Were it not for you, Lord Franco would surely have died defending the honor of his house. And I might well have perished at the hands of a heretic and his wyvern. House Fortemps and House Hallentree shall never forget your service. Now, let us return to this matter of your missing enterprise. Ha ha. The man with the knowledge of the enterprise awaits you outside. I pray his information proves useful to you. Ha ha. How quickly the commoner's opinion changed. The sailor Francel is innocent, but just a few days prior... whatever. Anyway, you were inquiring about the whereabouts of an airship last seen in Coerthas several days ago before the calamity, yes? Well, it so happens that I was monitoring the night sky at the observatorium during that period. I recall that small vessel came directly from Gajani and landed near Stone Vigil in the far northwest. The garrison almost certainly seized the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. The Lord Harshfond is, from all indications, quite fond of you, so mayhap he can lend you a few. In any case, I've done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. Oh. Hey, Archie. You want to storm a castle? Oh, so you've last located the Enterprise? I believe congratulations are in order. Ha ha ha! The Stone Vigil? Perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by Dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Dundre. I will write a letter to Lord Drillmont of Whitebrim Front and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest you request Lord Francel to do the same. Now that your business at Camp Dragonhead is concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. Ha! I wish you well in your journey, Saphrine. May Hay alone guide you. Alright, boy. You owe me well more than a favor. Time to pay up. Oh, it's the oversized croc. Yeah. Wonderful to see you again, Saphrine. If there's anything I could do to repay you, name it. So, the airship you seek is likely inside Stone Vigil? It shames me to say that was once an outpost held by House Hallentree. In the chaos that followed the calamity, the Dravenian horde caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. As we lack the strength of arms to retake the Stone Vigil, House Sterner instead has been charged with the duty. Given that I doubt my words will carry much weight with Lord Drillmont, nevertheless, I will write your letter. Before we depart, a word of caution. The cravens who attempt to destroy House Hallentree have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were unfoiled, doubtless still harbor great hatred towards us. Towards you now as well. Alright. This is the other tower that I hate, isn't it? Ooh, silver sold. Sweet. All that effort for 12,000 gil. Alright, time to cross the entirety of Coerthas. And pass by every single fate that is no longer touched in this modern day and age. Flight. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. Is that another A rank over there? Wow, you hunt trains really... No, that's a B rank. Never mind. You desire an audience with Lord Drillmont, do you? Huh. I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife. Wishing it won't make it so. Really trying to be a good boy. What do we have here? Letters from Lords Haurchefant and Francilla, is it? Oh, likely. Oh, you're serious. What to do? Your timing could not have been worse, traveler. Lord Drillmont's attentions are focused solely on Stone Vigil at present. What a funny coincidence. In any case, it's not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters, show them to Sir Alboys. Yes, Sir Alboys can surely accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom on the opposite side of the yard. I don't want to deal with you. Yes. Sir Brenier bade you speak with me, did he? I know not why he presumed I would be in a better position to help you, but I assure you that he's mistaken. Lord Drillmont hasn't the time to spend speaking with low-ranking knights such as I. However, he's always had a moment to spare for the head chirurgeon, Astidin. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letters to him? Astidian. Damn it. Astidin. That's what we're going with. Are you here for a patient, madam? What is this? Letters of introduction from House Fortemps and House Hallentry? With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak with Sir Goderim Knox. He should know Lord Drillmont's current whereabouts. Well... almost time to go up yet another lovely, lovely tower. What reason have you for barging into... Oh, I see. Well, you're in luck. Lord Drillmont is just up these stairs. Letters or no, though, I would not expect much. House Dundray as a whole does not hold adventurers in high regard. You had best state your intentions quickly and succinctly. Show proper respect, and it shall be returned in kind. Probably. If you're lucky. Sir Goodennox permitted you permission. Very well. Speak. You wish to brave a ruined outpost filled with scalekin to secure an airship that you may or may not be there. Are you the avatar of the Fury herself? We are the scions of the Seventh Dawn, Lord Drillmont. You know our name, and you know our deeds. We come at Coerthas to slay Garuda, Lady of the Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, the airship of Master Sid Nan Garland, who stands before you now, on the other side. Master Garland, you're alive, but that's impossible. It is indeed, my lord. Do not be deceived by their honeyed words. These foreigners are not to be trusted. At this critical moment in Ishgardian history, as House Dundray marshals its forces to retake Stone Village, who should appear in white brim front but these three mysterious strangers? Sid Garland, missing and presumed dead since before the calamity, and two scions of the Seventh Dawn, a defunct band of misfits recently exterminated by the Empire. The lesser houses may have been duped by these grandiose lies, but I should hope that House Dundrer would have a greater sense. I know not why these three seek the Stone Vigil, but I know that we cannot permit them to pass. Thank you for your counsel, Inquisitor. For a moment, I nearly believed this mummer's farce. You three will not enter the outpost until it has been reclaimed, and until you declare your true intentions as well. It could be moons before House Turner purges the dragons from Stone Vigil. Cannot afford to wait that long. Sid, Saphrine, we must do whatever it takes to earn Lord Drillmont's trust. Understood? Well. Funny meeting you here, Inquisitor. You the last responsible for that commotion upstairs? Aye, word travels fast in White Brim Front. I gather you still wish to change Lord Drillmont's mind? If there's one thing I've learned about the man in my many time here, is that he listens to and respects the opinions of those under his command. Went over the barracks and he's surely to take notice. How, you ask? That's easy. Serve the poor souls a decent fare for the change. The last few shipments contain no meat whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we could prepare them steaks using mud puppy tail meat, because that sounds delicious. 'Twouldn't be the quality meal, 'tis true, but it would be a damn sight better than and nothing. If you've a mind to lend a hand, why not await a lurking mud puppy in Danfin's Pass? Take this bottle of vinegar. Locals say it weakens the mud puppies by clogging their mucus glands, drying their skin. Right, there is no ether right here. Man, I know they're short on supplies, but mud puppy meat? Really? Unless it's like catfish. You all got my deepest sympathies. Obviously not going to suggest the chinchillas because that'd just be pure evil. Ooh, the Zone Fate. Sweet. There you go, big guy. Wow, that took a second. Factual Folklore. Alright. I got your thing. Didn't work, did it? I thought it was an idiotic idea. Still is. Oh dear. My mates never wandered near a mud puppy spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Anywho, this should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this, a little of that. We'll do some Salt Bay over there, and voila! Never seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? Here, take these 3 and distribute them to the hungry knights here and above. Oh. We ought to at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die in this God's forsaken waste. Is that fresh-cooked steak? Helon's blessing be upon you, my friend. Mud puppy meat or no, it's the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. You there, lass. Don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my trust with a steak, it would be my pleasure to oblige you. Yes, 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 yes. I feel invigorated, refreshed, as if the strength of 10 men and their wits besides. I should have had no trouble concocting and no reason to refrain from sentry duty. Good on ya. Ever we must train to maintain our skill at arms, yet we are to receive... never to receive proper sustenance. What is that? Oh, crap, I still need to do that quest. You're a godsend, my friend. Too few appreciate that House Dundrain must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. Okay, I got you to meat. I delivered the food. Now, what? It feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what food can do for the morale, eh? Ah, but I've forgotten about the handiwork, hard work chargeons at the infirmary. So rarely do they take their meals in their hall. Mind taking the steak to Sonota? She is doubtlessly so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she neglected to attend her own. One more for the road. Upstairs? No? Ah, there you are. Beg your pardon, madame, but I'm busy attending this man. I will be with you in a moment. Is that... Come to think of it, it's been quite a while since I last ate. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble? Oh my, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll eat it right away. And we'll get bread in return. So, how's your day been? Might I have a word with you, Saphrine? It concerns the Chargans. After speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lack sufficient alembics for their needs, you see? So I used some of their broken equipment to craft more advanced alembics, both as a gesture of goodwill and a means to help me recover my memories. Since working with my hands kindles my familiar feelings, all I require to complete the device are the cores of 3 ice sprites. Though commonly used to reduce the temperature of the alchemic mixtures, there's a way to alter their properties so that they could draw cold within rather than radiate without. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible even. Yet somehow I know it will work. Fine, I'll go bully some ice sprites. Poor little things. I mean, what did they ever do to you guys? Alright, this is going to be a little risky. There we go. And we got 6 ice crystals in return. Upstairs. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. What an amazing device! But is it truly alchemic, sir? I've never seen it like this before. I too am unsure of what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I have no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it's as effective as he claims, it'll be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder. Where the kindly strangers bearing gifts wondrous and strange, for his generosity comes at a cost. Their earnest efforts are but a means to as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation proffered by these unbelievers. Now, will you go jack off? Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we have interrupted Lord Francel's trial? Whatever his reasons, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. No shit. Before we can pursue Wade, Lord Drillmont to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Guilliman that we are not his enemy. Just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Coerthas. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of Whiterun Front. Share your findings with Alphino in the square. I'm sure he can formulate a strategy from there. No, you. Inquisitor Gilliman? Yes, of course, I know him. Unless I've not seen him since the day he came here to Whiteburn Front several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in that snow that day. And I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the Night's Watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in the darkness, black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where we caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I awoke, it was several days later in this very bed, where I had lain, recuperating from my injuries ever since. I had tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inquisitor Gilliman rescued me, carried my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, madam, and I hope one day to repay his kindness. I think this one is down here. Inquisitor Gilliman? I haven't the foggiest of whom you speak, unbeliever. We've learned of your deeds at Wishdrop. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you. Fair enough. How's it going, Patrick? Under Inquisitor Gilliman's watchful eye, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly and righteous man to protect us. And that is not suspicious one bit. No siree. The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Hallown's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. Alright, Elfie, what do you got? In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited this climate. She's wearing a skirt, smartass. I realized it too soon after our arrival, but I paid it no mind, as I had hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we have wasted far too time meddling in local affairs. Never mind. Our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with this irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you've been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come as no surprise that he is held in high regard. Even so, I'm beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained, Saphrine. Mayhap they will provide insight into Inquisitor Gilliman's motivations. All right. Something troubles me about that wounded knight's account. He claimed he fell chasing a figure in the darkness, and that he saw outside the eastern gate? Yes. But the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we arrived at Whiteburn Front, I have seen no travelers by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from the north of the eastern gate, not the south. But it cannot be so. That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Jolot is not remembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light onto this mystery. right. You want me to go out the east gate and north. Even though this takes me back south. And then north again. Oh, look, friends. That is a big dragon. And that is a dead Inquisitor. So if that's the Inquisitor, who's the other guy? Do-do-do. Huh. That's interesting. Why is that doing that right now? Not sure why that's acting up. Why? Oh well, we'll deal with it later. You found something, did you? Well, don't keep me waiting in surprise. Let's see it. Huh. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you've just made acquaintance with the real Inquisitor Guilliman. Newly come to Coerthas and murdered on the day of his arrival? Yes, that would have been a simple thing to assume his identity. For even if he were to behave oddly, no one would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointed. Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity, or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Saphrine, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. Since Lord Drillmont has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclic alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quickly to disregard the endorsements of two houses? The cook did say the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim. Yes, mayhap this is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Juliet with the evidence you discovered and see if it helps him recall the truth of that night. As a man of the faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the Enterprise. Alright, this is the infirmary, so what do you got to say about this? Oh, you've returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? The Inquisitor is an impostor. Don't be preposterous. That could not be possibly true. He's a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant to the Fury. You would have me believe that this is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go speak with Sir Pranilia.
She was at the eastern gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me back. But I will never speak against that man who saved my life. Huh. You? I do not believe I know you, madam. Pray move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it, not of all. You know, don't you? Fury take me, I pray this day wouldn't come. When Sir Jolot gave chase, I followed closely behind. He didn't fall. One of those Dravanian abominations lashed out at him. Nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy, but what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told anyone. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Joliet and I would be spared, but if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an Inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Joliet to the infirmary, and on his first night in Whitebrum Front, Inquisitor Gilliman was heralded a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing seized whilst in possession of draconic rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Drillmont, wanted to put an end to his madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing, until Lord Francil was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found that he'd been keeping draconic rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of Whitebrim Front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire Locks. As I had hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Hallentree, thus exonerating Lord Francil, and casting doubt on other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Helen, forgive me for not acting sooner. Where are we going? Ah, we're gonna find the chest, are we? Whoop. Just got a little more to go, and then we can finally get our airship. This whole massive setup just to take out a few nobles and cause chaos through all of Ishgard. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you 3 access to Stone Vigil. Don't make me repeat myself. You can have this, you can have this, and you can shut up. There'd be a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries. And where did you find this papal encyclica? Fury, take me, the Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale. But this evidence in your testimony could have no other explanation. I've misjudged you and your friend, Saphrine, and for that, I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first, I must needs beg your assistance.
Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. With the pleasure. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made mockery of our laws. Hills take him and his Dravanian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment on yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Saphrine. Together, let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. And maybe, once we do that, we can discuss reworking your towers. Seriously. Holy crap, that's a big one. Alright, before we start that, let me fix something over here. Shit. Good to have you with us, miss. When Lord Drillmount arrives, we're to confront the Inquisitor. If we refuse to go quietly, we may need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? Absolutely. You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Halloween's Hall. Only the wicked.
But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you, I've never questioned the teachings of Halloween.
Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us at once. My Lord Drillmont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Oops, wrong button. Silence, villain. I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Guilliman and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kind and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Ah, grave allegations indeed, but you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Drillmont, my conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You, whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazy curse. Wait. You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence? Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live in their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by the dogma that you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Drillmont, then come, let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Dravanian fang and claw. got friends. And I'll deal with them later. But you are first. That's right. Well, that wasn't nice. Wait, what? Oh. Bite me. Really? Fine. Just to get it over with. That was stupid. Not a hero. Wyvern inbound. Oh, that was stupid. My glamour's dispelled. Your plans lie in ruin, Heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last. You may not recall many Ishgardians that I've sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been replayed with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigners. The dragons within the stone vigil will rend you asunder. And when you are dead, White Brim Front shall fall. Okay. Defiant to the last. Leave the bodies for the crows. His ilk deserves not better. Saphrine, I must apologize for involving you in this sword business. You should have never been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of the state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you to our midst. In past time, you were reunited with your ship. This is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at White Brim Front and bring your associates. Do we now get to go to the vigil? Snowcloak, that's for later, so we go there. Okay. We are on Heretic, so... Oh, this is going to be the last quest. Okay. So yeah, we should be wrapping up shortly after this dungeon. I don't know if that's because it's Coerthas or what. It shouldn't be spiking like that. Where have you been, Saphrine? Huh? The false Inquisitor has been slain, has he? Well, yes. His was always a tale that was likely to end in bloodshed. Though you've overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to reveal your victory just yet. We can celebrate once you've secured the Enterprise. Thanks, Alphino. But as much as you want to get out of the freezing cold, that is going to be the end of this section and chapter, which means we are going to be ending this stream. I honestly thought that was going to be the dungeon, but whatever, that'll be the next quest. So, let's see, where the hell have we gone? I have to actually review this. We finished up by getting the wine for a banquet that wasn't actually a banquet, but a initiation ceremony. We played around with the big boy Titan, not Ifrit, Titan. We got sent all the way out to the freezing north, not Garlemald, but not Althegard, but Coerthas. Had to deal with Ishgardian politics and nobles and all their fun shenanigans. And after all that was said and done, we found a false Inquisitor who had killed the real Inquisitor and was a heretic working for the Draconians and is now somewhere feeding the crows on the frozen tundra. And finally got Lord Drillmont's favor to go into Stone Vigil, which is most likely where we will start next week. But as for now, here at the corner, we are going to call it there. So, as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.